Good evening. My name is Paul Church from Clarity Craft here in the UK, and this evening we're broadcasting even live from Clarity TV here in the south of England. Welcome, and I'm on my own this evening. Barb's gone for a lie down. I think there was too much fun and laughter going on during the course of the previous 2 hours. If you've joined, first time you're joining us, we were live earlier today at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. And the purpose of today's shows is to introduce you to a brand new Groovy sort of launch, really. But before we get started, the past 2 days we've had a fantastic time at our annual Parchment retreat with the lovely Linda Williams and a group of lovely ladies for the 2 days. And at that retreat, we launched a brand new, I'm just going to come in here and grab, see, I haven't got my glamorous assistant with me this evening, a brand new Linda Williams 2025 calendar. Okay, now this was a surprise for Linda. There was a few tears shed both from Barbara and Linda herself, and going through the artwork to put this calendar together, there were so many choices to make. I think Barbara could have sort of done 24 images at least for each of the various months. So for what we'll do is just have a look on the overhead here, and we can see some of the lovely artworks that Barbara has pulled together for us. Now, what you'll notice, well, you probably won't, if I put my hands there, the artwork is actual size. So maybe at home, you have some of these plates, so you can take inspiration from them. You can, oh, has Linda done that one? So this is snowdrops in winter. And then we go into February, and we have the pink quilted hearts. Now, on the back of each of them, it tells you, I know it's upside down, but I just wanted to show you, it tells you exactly which plate has been used with the product code. Okay, so I know we've only got up to, I'm going to flick through, we keep stopping at the same month, so let me give you a sneaky peek. We got to July during the 2 o'clock show, and then we move into August. Look, the artwork is absolutely stunning. September, and then October. And there I'm going to stop, because if you want to see what November and December are, then yeah, you definitely need one of these on your wall. These are great as Christmas presents, give you ideas and inspiration throughout the whole year, and adapt. I mean, that's a sort of a sneak peek on what one of the other ones included. So if you're interested in that, then the item code is down the side. It's on this side, isn't it? It's down the side on there. So we'll just do a little bit of housekeeping. Maybe this is the first time you've tuned into Clarity TV. So during the course of the hour, we'll have the product codes just there. Okay. At the top, you've got a series of letters and numbers. All you need to do is it's those 5 numbers that are key. If you go to our website, which is claritycrafts.com across the bottom, the office is now closed because it's 6 p.m. in the evening here in the UK. But we open at 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday, and you can speak to the lovely Sue if you prefer to place your order over the phone. All you need to do is give them that 5-digit code, which is 31715. So that's the information on the side of the screen. Yeah, that side. I'll get it right in a minute. That side. You have an image of the product, and then a description, and then the price. Now, let's have a look at this brand new Groovy launch. Okay, this is the Groovy gift boxes and bags A4 templates collection. Okay, now I'm going to come over and talk you through the various different designs. Now, for many of you that have maybe been doing Groovy and Pergamano Parchment for many years, you may recognize the actual outline of the design. These were originally a template that Pergamano brought out. And what that allowed you to do was to create the shape of the various different boxes and gift bags. And then you would take maybe a traditional metal grid or a printed pattern and then add your own design. But what we've done here, I say we, the lovely Jazz, she has taken her Groovy magic wand and she's groovatized them. Groovatize them? Yeah, I quite like that. That's another new word coming up. And she's filled each of the 3 different plates full of design elements. And you can mix and match them. You can use them in your sort of like to make cards as we've got here. So it's not always about making the boxes or the bags. It has that versatility. Okay. So if you're interested in this, the item code for it is 42389. And then at the bottom, you'll see that there's a RRP, which has been a line put through it. And you're going to save £12. So you're going to pay £59.97. Now, each of these plates are £23.99 each. Okay. Now, they are available individually. So if we start with the one at the very far end, this is our, which one is this one? One right at the end. Oh, it's been a good day today. This is the gift box. There we go. Jilly's ahead of me. Okay, so you can see that it's £23.99. You've got a £3 saving, which brings it down to £20.99. Okay, then we move on to the next one, which is the gift bag. So you've got the lovely houses on there. You've got flowers. Has 3 different handles on there. Okay, the item code for that one is 42384, and it's £23.99, but you're only going to pay £20.99. And then the final one in the collection is the mini gift bag or gift box. And this one here, the item code is 42385. Now, when we have a look at the complete collection and we look at that price, you're going to save £3 on this one, £3 on that one, £3 on the one at the end, which is £9. And then for the whole collection, you're going to get an additional £3 saving, okay, which means that each plate is going to work out at £20. Okay. Now, if you belong to any of our Clarity Craft Clubs, because we have Stamp, Stencil, Groovy, and Stencil. If you belong to one, you'll get an additional 10% off. Belong to 2, you get 12.5% off. And if you belong to all 3, then you'll get 15% off of that price. Okay. So this is what we've been showcasing over the previous hours. At 10 a.m, we focused on the gift bag. Okay. And then at 2 o'clock, we looked at the mini gift bag. And so for the final hour today, we're going to look at the gift box. How does a circle become a square? So I thought what we would do, we'd have a look at the plates in a little bit more detail on the overhead. And we will start off with, let's go with the one at the far end. Okay. So this is the plate that Jazz has designed for us. I'm looking at it from the front so we can read the words. So this is the template for your box. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different designs that you can mix and match. But look at this one here. I'm going to bring in this card here from Carol Pankstello. And she's taken one of the side panels, turned it into a Christmas tree, taken the box for the base of the tree. Okay, so that shows it how you can make some lovely cards. Then we've got this piece from Carol as well. Now, Carol has used one of Linda Williams' easy layout plates. We've got the presents, we've got the doves, which are up here. Then we've got the bells with the holly on there, which are there. So treat them as little elements that you can build larger cards with if you choose to. Now, if we have a look at some of the 3-dimensional artwork, let me just leave that there while we bring some of this artwork in. Okay, I'm going to go to this camera. So there we go. This has been done on green parchment, and the designs have been taken and decorated. And when we looked at this one at 2 o'clock, I also showed how you could do it with paper and card. We've got another piece of artwork here. Tooth Fairy, just changing the designs. I mean, look at those flowers on top. Aren't they beautiful? And then we've got another one here. I mean, the design team, look at the white work on that. Absolutely stunning. It really is. And then, right, okay, this is a real masterpiece. This is from Carol Baker. So Carol's taken the template and she's done this fantastic, let me put these back down there, lace work on it. And if you put a battery operated tea light in there, wrong way, where's my dot gone? Got a little dot down here, I keep covering it up. That would be illuminated lovely. Look at that. Stunning, gorgeous, all these words. And then another piece from Carol Baker, thinking outside the box, literally. Taking the panels, if we turn it over, you can see you've got your base on there. So she's taken the individual ones and then attached them. I'm going to be really, I'm going to see if I can open it. Oh no, oh, I'm rubbish with knots. Maybe I'll open that a little bit later and see if there might be some chocolate in there. What do you reckon? So that's taking that design plate. Then we're going to move on to the large gift bag. There we go. This one here. Now, interestingly, this one, you think, oh, I've got a lovely gift bag on there, and I've got a house, and I've got some decorative flowers, I've got a little Christmas tree, we've got the various different handles. But you can actually make 2 different sizes of gift bag. So I'm going to bring in, I don't think we've had a look at this one. Let me bring this one in here and this one. So if you take the template and you trace it out full size, you've got the larger one. But if you look down here, you can see by using half of it, you get your mini bag. So if I bring this over onto this camera, there we go. Whee! There we go. So this is your large one. And then if I pop, let's see if I get this right. Yeah, that was all right. Bring it back a little bit. You can see the difference in size, can't you? Now, when we look at the pattern on this, it's exactly the same pattern. This one has been white worked and this one has been coloured in. I reckon that's been coloured in with our Perga pens because of the vibrancy of the colour. Now I'm going to turn this round. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So the design has been taken. I wonder where that one's come from. Interesting. I reckon that's a pattern that's been made up. I reckon that's one of Josie's embossed patterns and then flowers added on the inside. So that's the second one in the collection. And at 10 o'clock, I showed you exactly how you could construct them. Because if you look at the side, you can see it has that little gusset down there, which is included on the plate. But if you wanted to, and what it does, it gives you that lovely sort of closure at the top, like so. But if you wanted to, you could leave those out and it becomes more like a little shopping bag. So if you wanted to put maybe an engagement ring or some earrings, then you wouldn't necessarily want it to close at the top. Okay, so that's the second one we've got in the collection. And say we looked at that one at 10 o'clock this morning. And then the final one in the collection, I think this one is the one that's got the most detail on it, is the gift box. Okay, so how does a circle become a square? Okay, for me, it's sort of magic. Okay, you take 2 circles. Look, Ken, if you're watching, I'm sure you're watching, clever corners. Imagine the pattern building with these. You've got borders on there, and each of them have 3 different fonts on them. So this one here has more of a sort of like an Art Nouveau, Art Deco font. The other one's got a softer font on them, but you can mix and match all of the 3 different plates. Take bits from here. We did at 2 o'clock. We took some of the pattern up here and we added it to one of the smaller gift boxes, bags like this. But look, I love you. Just pop that in there. Take those flowers, add those. Because as we know with the Groovy system, you can pick and choose the different elements, can't you? You can take that bit, you can take this bit. And I've got a couple of cards here. You're amazing. Isn't that lovely? So that is taking the shape of the top of the box. It's taken the frame from here and the sentiment, you're amazing, in the center. And then it's been filled around the outside with these elements. Okay, so now let's have a look at some boxes, because this is what we're going to look at during the course of this hour. Oh, so many to choose from. So let me find my little space for my marker. There we go. So we can see exactly, there's that design on the top. It's like a square pillow, isn't it? Isn't that gorgeous? I've got to stop saying gorgeous and beautiful, but when it comes to parchment art and what the design team have done with it, it really is. Look, bring that over. And if I now bring that over onto the plate, we can have a look at where this has come from. There we go. Just there. Let me bring that up. Where's the camera going? There we go. Whee! No, backwards, forwards. There we go. Isn't it lovely? Okay. And this box here is closed, but let me just show you exactly how it works. So there's the box, like so. So it's taken from one piece of parchment. The back part is the hinge, okay? And during the course of this hour, I'm going to show you how to create the box, but how you can also create it from 2 pieces of parchment as well, or maybe paper. Earlier on, we looked at the gift box with paper. I'm going to bring it in on this camera. I spent sort of a lovely sort of half an hour just playing with this, how we took that template from there, used a Groovy tool, and we took a stencil brush and we dry brushed over the top to bring the design out, which also made it easier to cut out. And in order to use the paper, what we did was we put the light panel underneath to illuminate it, and it made such a difference. Okay, look, Merry Christmas. Now these can be used for so many different occasions. You can use them for birthdays, for wedding favors. I quite like this one that you could put on the Christmas tree. You could have it as a table present. You could have it as sort of gifts for the bridesmaids, new babies, do it as a birth announcement, christenings. It really does go on and on and on what you can do with a gift bag and a gift box. And then what you can do is take the plate, take the design, and also make a card as well, so it coordinates. If you've got gift fairs coming up, can you imagine these? Paper, card, parchment. You could even personalize them as well. Okay, right. Where should we begin? There's a song there, isn't there? Right, so I'm going to clear some space. So just as a recap, if you're interested in the complete collection, then the item code for that is 42389. And the price on that is £59.97. So you just pop that item code into our search bar on the Clarity Crafts website and it will take you straight there. Alternatively, on our website, there's a little button that says Clarity TV. If you go in there, you'll find all the products listed that we're using. And I know many of you have already found that because we've also got the Christmas cracker on the show. We've got the cube box and the Christmas tree. And if you want to see how they work, then if you go to our YouTube channel and go back to Friday, we had a little bit of midday madness and I showed how you could construct the Christmas tree, the cube box, and the cracker. Okay. Parchment craft is very, very delicate, but when it comes to construction, it takes on a new meaning. It's quite robust when you think, but it's so delicate. How can it sort of hold up and sort of it turns into boxes and gift bags? It really is a magical sort of type of paper. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at the gift box, just like so. And I'm going to turn it over. We're going to take it and I'm going to show you two things. Well, I'm going to show you loads of things, really. If, for example, I take a piece of parchment, now I don't want to do any colouring in, okay? I want to go with some of our lovely rainbow parchment. Now we have this on the show, and what options do we have? We have California Sunset, okay. This is really nice. And the item code for California Sunset is 42003. Then we have Lavender Fields. And Lavender Fields was the parchment we were using at our parchment retreat. And the item code for Lavender Fields is 42004. Then, this is lovely, this one, the Lemon Sorbet Sunrise. The item code for that is 42002. Then finally, oh no, not finally, then we have Paradise Island, which is 42007. And then finally, we have Rose Garden. And the item number for that is 42005. Now, Jilly's very kindly popping those links up into the chat as well, so you can just click that and go through. And in each of the collections, what you're going to get, let me come over to the parchment side here, because we also do it with the paper as well. Now, you get 6 different designs, and we can see here, I'm going to bring this up to the camera. There we go. You can see they've got sort of like different patterns on them. You're going to get 2 sheets of each of them. Okay. And when you're making the gift bags and boxes, it's just instant color. Okay. So we've got those on the show as well. And the folder, I've got the storage folder on the show as well, which is item number 40575. So it's great for storing your parchment, but if you're going to start to collect the A4 templates, then it's great to keep those in there as well. So I thought what we'd do, I'm going to take a piece of, decisions. I'm going to go Paradise Islands. And I know this is one of Barb's favourite ones. Okay. So I'm just going to have a slurp of coffee. Too much talking. Right. Now, when we're working with our coloured parchment, and designer parchment, there's 2 sides to it. One side is shiny, which we can see there, and the other side is a more matte finish. In order to get the crisp white line art, we need to have the shiny side facing us. Okay. Now, as you can see, the parchment is the same size as the plate. So if I need to attach it to stop it moving, I could take a Groovy tab, wrap it round, but I often find that I still get movement with it. So this is where our PlateMate comes into play. So the item code for the PlateMate, I'm sure the lovely Jilly will bring that up on the screen. Jilly is our director in the gallery in the office next door. So when you get it, it's going to come to you like this. It comes in two parts. You get your extender plates in there, which I'll show you what to do with those. And then Groovy tabs. So you get 16 Groovy tabs as well. Okay. And you've got a saving on that of £3, which brings it down to 19.97. That's a year, isn't it? Right. So if I take my Groovy plate, is there anybody out there? I can't. I'm trying to read some of the chat, do some of this, look at the numbers, work out which cameras. It's great fun here at Clarity TV. Camera 2, there we go. So I have my PlateMate, I explained, comes in two parts, like so. And when you put them together to start off with, then this will house your A4 square plates. It has a lovely alphabet on it, uppercase, lowercase. You've got your numbers and you've got your ordinals on there as well. So personalization. If you've got these lovely gift bags, then maybe you do a craft fair and somebody wants one that says 21st on it. You could leave them, you could have them all laid out flat, and then someone will say, I want one for the 21st. Okay. And you've got your PlateMate, you've got your flat design, and you can personalize it. You could put somebody's initials in there. So you could say like, Mark and Alex recently got married. So you could do M, you've got the and then you've got your A. So wedding favors, wedding invitations even, wouldn't that be different? So I'm going to turn it this way, and then I'm going to put my plate inside. So I then open it up like so, but I've got these spaces at the top and the bottom now, and I've got movement with my PlateMate. This is where the little spacer plates come into play. Idea from Mr. Clarity, from Dave, and they have these letterboxes on them. So what it means is, I remember when I first started doing Groovy and I was writing words, I always struggled to get a straight line, because back then I didn't know if you draw a pencil line on the front, you could use that as a guide. So the letterboxes for me were great because I could just do the letterboxes and then put the letters in them, and it looked really great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our Groovy tabs, which come included. That holds all the pieces together. And what it does is it stops it moving. So I'm going to put some at the bottom as well. Okay. Now in the studio, it's been rather warm here in Kent today. I've got the windows open, so you may hear a little bit of traffic going past. Parchment, shiny side up. Now, normally, if I was going to attach my Parchment to my PlateMate, I would wipe my Parchment with my tumble dry sheet just on the black mat, okay? Because what can happen as you're wiping, the oils from the tumble dry sheet can go onto the PlateMate itself, and then the Groovy tabs can come unstuck and move around. But I'm going to stay within the A4 Parchment because the design is on the inside. Okay. How's everybody doing? I've just had a text to say that everyone's talking about chocolate. Lots of chat about hiding your chocolate in them. If we're going to hide chocolate in them, I'll have some Ferrero Rocher, please. So we've attached our Parchment. See? That's where I must have wiped the tumble dry sheet over there. So let's try again. Lift it up. I can check what I'm doing. Oh, sorry. Check what I'm doing and reposition it. Now I'm going to do crisp white lines. So in order to do that, I'm going to use my Groovy #1 tool. I'm going to bring in my Groovy guard. I would say if you're looking to add something to your basket, a Groovy guard is key. And I know many of our friends at home have 1, 2, 3. They're like the stencil brushes that Barb uses. Barb just doesn't have one set of stencil brushes. She has several sets. And for me, the Groovy guard, that's the equivalent, because you would need several of these because you always misplace one, it gets hidden under there. So yeah, have a look at the Groovy guard. What we're going to do now, I'm going to trace just the outline of the template. So using the #1 tool, we're going to press into the groove and follow. Okay, let's go a little bit off tangent. We're going to, the groove took me in a different direction. Okay, let's go back and complete this side. And if you find that you're getting resistance when you run the tool around the design, then just give it a wipe with the tumble dry sheet. So we're going to come in and do this part like so. And then let's complete this circle. So what it is, the actual pillow box or the design is 2 circles overlaid on top of one another. Okay, so let's complete the circle over here. And what I'm going to do tomorrow, all of these Facebook Lives from Clarity TV, tomorrow will be uploaded against the product. So when you get the product home and you think, oh, what did he do with it? Then you'll be able to go back to the product on our website and watch this back, because each hour we've concentrated on a different one. And then also tomorrow, what I thought I would do, I would take, because the artwork is, you can take a picture of artwork and it looks nice. But what I thought I would do is I would take the artwork and just set a camera up and then just film the artwork, sort of turn it around, get one of those spinning lazy Susan things so we can see it from different angles. And I'll do that for each of the 3 different templates, and then we'll get that loaded up against the product as well. But it'll also be on our YouTube page afterwards, and you can go back and you can get ideas and inspiration. If you go to Groovy Worldwide and Clarity Worldwide, the design team are on there. So if you get them home and you've got any questions, or maybe you've seen a piece of artwork and you think, how was that done? What plate was used here? What plate was used there? Go on to Groovy Worldwide, and then you can ask on there, and one of the design team say, this was this, this was that. Okay, so show. If I lift this up, I can see I've now got my template. Now, we were talking earlier, also, I was walking around the warehouse the other day, as you do, when I was preparing for the Midday Madness on Friday to see what we could put on the show. And I came across a couple of boxes of our 12 by 12 designer papers. Now, we have Northern Lights, Rainbow River, and Shenandoah. And when this has gone, it has gone. Okay. Now, these are great for not only sort of inserts inside your cards. So you imagine you sort of chop it up in half and then fold it in half, and you've got a 6 by 6 card insert. So if you're using our lovely aperture dies, you get the lovely color behind it. And then when you open it, it really does add that touch of luxury. And if you sell your cards, well, there's a couple more quid that you can add on to it for that finishing touch. So if you're going to use the larger ones, then, so for example, the gift bag, then you would definitely need A4 or bigger to do that. Now, with this template, I'm going to show you how you can take 2 pieces of 8 by 8 and create the box as well. So what it will do is it will do it in 2 pieces. And also during the, what was we working? We was working on the lovely mini gift box at 2 o'clock, and this was using some of our new companion papers. Okay, so that was just an 8 by 8. And there will also be a way of taking the gift bag and doing it out of 2 pieces as well. All you would need to do would be to add in another tab. So instead of it being attached just on one side, you would attach it on 2 sides if you're using 2 pieces of paper. Okay, so there's always ways around it. So now I have my piece of parchment already traced out, like so. I'm going to show you what I did with the 8x8 companion paper. Took a piece of paper and I traced out that circle, traced out the embossed lines there. So I did 2 different colorways, like so. So there's your second piece. Okay. Now, when you're working with paper or cardstock, it can be a little bit difficult to see through. For example, I've got a piece of Shenandoah 12 by 12 paper. And if I pop that on there, see, I can't see through it. So there's an easy way and a hard way. So let me show you the hard way first. So I'm going to turn this over. I know I need to keep my hand there because it will try to go out of focus. So this is going to be the back. So this is going to be the inside of my box that I'm going to make. I would always suggest taking the tumble dry sheet and wiping it as well. It really does make a difference. Then I'm going to take the number 3 tool and start to trace out. Now, where do I start? Because I can't see through it, can I? So I'm going to lift up a corner. I know the edge of the template is there. So I'm going to go with the number 3 tool. I'm going to come in, and then when I find it in the groove, I'm just going to follow it round. Okay. Now, if I jump out, like I have there, where am I going? So I need to come back in and follow it round. And I've got to go slow because I'm really not sure exactly where I'm going. Okay. So now you can see, it's going to go out of focus a bit. Definitely can't see it on that side. But if I come in on, let me see, camera 3, really big piece. No, it's going to go out of focus. Focus. We need to focus. And to help us focus, I'm just going to pop downstairs and I'm going to get my light panel. Ta-da! So we also have the light panel on the show. And this is a super duper saving as well. The light panel on its own is normally $49.99. But the code that I'm going to give you now, if I can find it, it gets covered everywhere. I've got so many bits of paper. I bet this is like your craft. I'm going to zoom out one of these days. Here we go. Hidden. So for the light panel, it's 30566. There's notes everywhere, isn't there? Put it somewhere safe over there. And for that, you get your light panel. Just pop downstairs again. Hang on. You get your translucent foam. It fell on the floor, so I sort of picked it up. And then you get the case to keep it in. So that is $49.99 for all of that. So basically the £13 saving means you're going to get that for free. Okay, there we go. Gilly has very kindly put that item code up for us. So let me show you the difference it makes. I'm going to pop that just over there. And I'm going to bring my plate mate back in. So I'm going to put my hand there. Whee! So the plate mate sits on the frame of the A4. I'm going to grab the plate. Where is the plate? Have I put it underneath? Yeah, of course I have. It's underneath. It's hiding. That goes on there. I've got Groovy grip on my light panel, so the plates are not moving. The table's moving, but the plate's not moving. I'm going to take my piece of paper with my hand in the middle, and I'm going to put my light panel on. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And now I can see, believe it or not, I can see exactly where the template is underneath. Okay. So what I can do now, I can line this back up like so, because it goes back into the slot just like a piece of parchment does. So that goes back in, and I'm going to cover up. Let me grab a piece of paper, coloured paper. Oh, where's my glamorous assistant? There we go. If I cover that up, does that make a difference? No. Right, stay there, stay there. I'm going to get a lighter piece of paper. Going to bring that in. Going to work with the white. Whee! There we go. Can we see that? Wonder if I zoom in a little bit. Hang on. I'm going to stretch up now and do my yoga, groovy yoga. Going to come in. Whee! There we go. So we can see through, if I cover that up, there we go. We can see the template underneath. So it's definitely easier when we take our tool and press into the groove. Okay, so that's another way round of using card and paper with the templates. And you can do that with any of the different designs that we've got today as a brand new launch. If you've gone for the cracker that we were showcasing last week, or the cube box, or the Christmas tree, you can do exactly the same. Now we've got these on the show. I'm just going to go and grab those because I know many of you have been popping these into your basket as well. And if you want to see how they work, then you can go back to Friday's YouTube video and have a look at those. So the first one we're going to look at is your Christmas cracker. I need to zoom out. Let's go have a look over there. Christmas cracker. Is it really 6:45 in the evening? It's been a very long day. And yesterday, the 2 days at the Parchment retreat were absolutely fantastic. Right, camera. Okay. Right, Christmas cracker. There we go. So you can make this out of parchment, and you can also make it out of paper and card. So if you're going to go for the designers, that's where the 12 by 12s come into play. Then we can have a look at Josie's Christmas tree. This proved really popular last week. So we're going to bring the Christmas tree in, and look at that price. These should be £23.99 and they're £14.99. You've got a £9 saving on this. Okay, on all three of them, on the Christmas tree, Christmas cracker, and the cube box as well. Now you can take, like we were looking at with the gift bags and the boxes, you can take the design elements out and use them on other cards as well. This is a lovely, you could make a card just with that pattern with those snowflakes on there. So then the final one in the collection, on some of our other templates, is the cube box. And this is great. We've got some lovely borders. I didn't bring them into the studio. We've got some borders that you can decorate, change the panels. You can use your pico dies to create apertures. You could do lovely lace. Oh, look, if you took some of these patterns from here, you could fill those with those patterns. You've got flowers on here. You could take those. So it really has got that versatility of where you can mix and match the various different plates. Okay. So Where were we heading? I showed you, right, the paper, wasn't it? We was working on this one. So I showed you how I created or took two pieces of smaller paper to create a box. And what I'm going to do, so if I bring this back in like so, pop that on there so we can see, this is from our Antarctica companion paper, which we launched earlier in the year. It was never available as a companion paper, but we had to have a reprint done. So we decided to bring out Antarctica in a companion paper. Okay. You've got 48 sheets, 24 different shades. They're single-sided, 150 GSM. Look at the colours. So you could take two of these to make one of the boxes. You could also use it to do the mini gift box as well, because that would just take one sheet, which is, will give you that. Okay, so that's where I took those from. And then what I'm going to do, I've got, where's it gone? This desk is a real mess. Get everything out of the box. Right. Okay. Next, we're going to cut out our piece of parchment. So you've got two options. You've got a pair of scissors, or for me, craft knife. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let's bring this in like so. Pop that there so I don't lose it. So I've got my traced out design. And I say you can take a pair of scissors and you can cut it out. I cut that out with a pair of scissors. For me, if I'm going in a circle, bigger scissors cuts it a little bit more quickly than smaller scissors. But my new best friend when it comes to crafting is my Japanese craft knife. Now, we've put a cutting essentials kit together, if you was interested. And it's not just for your parchment craft, it's for all your crafting needs. And in this kit, you get your A4 blue mat, hard on one side, soft on the other. You get 2 sheets of Groovy grip. You know, I was talking about the Groovy grip that I put on my light panel. So I put one piece on the light panel, and I'm going to show you how it works with the ruler. You get your steel-edged Pergamano ruler, and then you get your craft knife. So that cutting essentials is item number 31631, normally £35.97. A special price, £29.97. So you're going to save £5 plus your Clarity Craft Club discounts as well. Now, if you think, right, well, I've already got the ruler, I've already got the Groovy grip, I've already got a craft mat, I just want the craft knife. Then the item number for that is 31627. Okay, 31627. And if you like a craft knife, then this is the one to go for. And I'm not going to mention any names of anybody that's in the room, but I know several of our friends have 2 of them, don't you? I'm not going to grass anybody up. I get into trouble when I do Groovy Tuesday, and I say, "Oh, I saw the order from such that. I saw the order from that," and they go, "Don't say anything. My husband or my wife's listening." So I'm not going to mention any names whatsoever. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut this out. So I'll do half of it with a craft knife and half with a pair of scissors. So I'm going to bring in my blue mat, and I'm going to start at this point. I'm going to work my way around. Okay. So I'm going to put my glasses on, and then I'm going to go on the outside of the white line and then start to work my way round. And what you'll find is I'm just coming around. When my arm becomes uncomfortable, then I'm going to turn my work. I tend to go from the top and work my way around. Okay, just like so. Okay, I'll do some speed crafting now. Just like so. And then we're going to come round and round. But you see, so I'm turning my parchment. I'm turning the parchment now rather than craft mat, because I think, are we back? I think we may be back. Apologies if you lost your connection. Interesting. Okay, happened earlier today, so I'll have to make a phone call tomorrow to see what's happened. It's unusual because we've got a direct line of internet access that comes into the building. So unless they're doing some works in the area, that could be possibly having a problem. So I apologise for that. Technology. Anybody? Am I back? Have I gone? And breathe. And again. But I think I'm back. I think I'm back. Would it be the time to call it a day? No. So I've got to show you how to do the folding. I'm going to move that mouse because that mouse is in the way now. Let's have a look. Coffee. Talk amongst yourselves. I can see the messages. I think it will come back. There we go. Pat says we're back. Eileen says we're back. Apologies, apologies, apologies. We have some little gremlins in the building. As I said, I'll be making a phone call tomorrow to our phone company to find out what's going on, because that's happened earlier today and it's just happened twice again. So apologies for that. Okay, so I've done one half with the craft knife, and then I'm going to do the second half with a pair of scissors. So I like to use a little pair of scissors when I'm cutting out. And all we're going to do is I'm keeping my scissors in the same place and I'm turning my parchment like so. Okay. And I say with a large pair of scissors, I think these are like dressmaking scissors or garden shears bar, I've called them earlier. But I find I can get a nice flow. I don't go, if I go all the way to the tip, I get a little white mark. Can you see that? So I never close the scissors fully when I'm cutting with a larger pair of scissors. Okay. So that gives us our template. So it's up to you whether you do this and then decorate, or whether you decorate and then cut out. Okay. Now, how do we go from that to that? Easy. Easy, it says on live TV. Okay. When we were working with the previous templates, we were using a pergamon ruler because it was a straight line, wasn't it? And we teased the parchment. But what we're doing here, we've got no straight line. So you need to gently, I'm holding it between my thumb. I've got these fingers on top. I've got my third finger underneath just to support it. And then I'm just gently folding the parchment. Okay. And I'm going to work round. I'm going to do the same. Now, as I come into this corner, we're just going to gently tease the parchment like so. We're going to do the same on this one. So what we do, we can see now how it's starting to sort of just take shape slightly. Then the two end ones are much easier because I've got nothing either side, so I can get my fingers in. So this one, and then this one, like so. Okay. And then this one, we're going to go in like that. Now, what you could do, if this is going to be the first time of doing it, okay, then what you could do it on a piece of copy paper or a piece of companion paper and practice on that first. Okay. And then you've got a scrap of parchment. Then you're going to gently tease it round. Okay. And then once you've done all your basic, have I done that side? I don't think so. There we go. Like so. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this over and I'm just going to pinch the corners. Okay. So I'm going to pinch the corners like so. And what that does, I don't know if you can see how it's starting to come inwards now. So pinch like so. Okay. So we've now gone from a flat piece of parchment, and it looks like a bowl. If I hold it on that side there. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we can decide, do we want the flaps to go on the outside and become the top, or do we want this one to be the top? So let's go for this one. So what you do is you then bring in the two sides like so, bring that one in, and then that sits on top like so. And now you've got, it's a lot firmer. So what I can do is really press in like so. Okay, so now we're starting to take shape. Okay, now a top tip, in order to help it sort of keep its shape, what you could do, you could take an elastic band, not too tight, and just put an elastic band around it. Okay, and then I'd say leave it overnight, and that shape would have took hold. Okay, and then once it's all decorated, you will end up with something like this. So this is a piece that Glynis has created. You bring it in like so. Do you want to have it opening from the side, or do you want it to open from that side? Now this is definitely big enough for, I reckon, 4 Ferrero Rocher chocolates. Okay. Oh, goodness me, what is going on? Right. Where am I going? I think the gremlins are saying it's time to go home. So thank you for joining me. Don't forget, tomorrow evening, Barbie's back in the shack, live on Facebook. She'll be doing it from home, so hopefully her connection will be better than the office connection. And so I'll be live on Facebook and YouTube at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. And then I'll be back on Friday at 10 and 2 with the lovely Deborah Wheeler for more Clarity TV. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for Jilly directing and bringing up all the information. Don't forget, we've got the fantastic brand new launch for you. Price won't stop. It's not for 24 hours. I will see you on Friday, and I'm going to go and see if I can make some phone calls about the internet connection. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Don't forget, you can go back and watch these on our YouTube channel from the 10 o'clock show, the 2 o'clock, and whatever's left of the 6 o'clock. So thank you as always, and I'll see you on Friday. Night.